Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Hull RTG. We are in the month of January today, but we're not currently planning on making any changes to the squad. So as of now, I think we're happy with the team. Let me start by saying thank you to Louise for contributing to the Patreon as well. I meant to do that in yesterday's video and I forgot. Apologies, Louise. Thank you for joining the cause and pledging over on Patreon. I appreciate that very much indeed. We start today with Portsmouth in the FA Cup. Then it's Chelsea away in the first leg of two in the Carabao Cup semi-finals. Fulham in the league and probably Burnley too, because I expect to win against Portsmouth and then have the next FA Cup game drawn there. So, reserve side or, rotated side against Portsmouth should be pretty straightforward for us. Then full strength for Chelsea, full strength for Burnley, full strength for Fulham, and fingers crossed decent results come the end of it. Our league form is very good right now. In fact, our form in every competition is very good right now, other than the 3-2 defeat against Leverkusen, which we won't talk about. So, we're on a run of 5 straight victories, as per yesterday's episode. Very pleased with that. And looking to bring that form from the end of the calendar year into the start of the new year. It's January 2026. Coming up towards my 38th birthday. No, thank you. And it's Portsmouth away. Join me down on the south coast. I'll see you there. The team lining up against us at Fratton Park has Alex Bass in goal. Jack Watmore is captain, in at centre-back. I think it's a 4-4-2 with Stanley and Harrison up top. Indeed it is. No regens in there at all. A full 11 in the 6th season of real-life players. Portsmouth not using their youth academy very well at all, seemingly, but we hopefully will be able to see this through. You saw Lautaro there. He actually starts. The plan was to move Wilkes to striker, but Wilkes was still tired. So Sigankov is going to start on the right, and Martinez will get the nod up top. Garcia Villa starts as well. Long actually grown back up to 80 rated, so delighted to see George Long continue to grow. Bayar in at right back, of course. Fardiol in at centre-back. Wallace and Curtis Jones in the middle. And Pedro Neto on the left. So let's see what we can do against what should be a very, very straightforward opposition. This could be, if we play to our full potential, one of the biggest wins of the save. Oh, Jesus, what a goal that would have been to start us off today as well. And you see the run from Sigankov that's not picked up by their left midfielder that has now opened up the opportunity to break through here. And with the right pass and then a better finish, we will lead by a goal to nil. Sorry, Portsmouth. You're not cut out to deal with the side that we've thrown in front of you today. It might be a rotated 11, but our strength and depth is phenomenal at this stage. And that strength and depth is going to brush you aside, I fear. Sorry, lads. De Neuer. Oh, Bayer just plucks that out the air. Nicely done. I'm trying to roll the defender with Sigankov. That didn't work. Wallace has support here from Curtis Jones, and he needed it too, because he was about to get bumped off that. Barnett. Oh, that's nicely played. Lautaro should have the pace to get there, and the strength to hold the man off, and the devastating finish on the end of it. Portsmouth, not really at the races, but they weren't expected to be at the races. That is 2-0. Nice block by Fardiol. Sigankov through the gap to Wallace. Lautaro, lift it. There is only 2 minutes added on at the end of the half, so it will have to happen now if it's to happen. It may yet happen. It should have. Rob Wallace not getting enough purchase on the ball as it came crossed into him there. Just needed a firm thwack with a 90-degree angle in there, out there, but he just glanced it, trying to just guide it in the bottom corner on the far side. Just head it into the back of the net, mate. It's so simple. Unfortunately, not able to do it. Any shocks so far? Nothing yet, although Barrow holding Everton at Goodison Park to a 0-0 draw. City 1-0 up against Northampton. Norwich beating Exeter. Bolton holding Manchester United. Oldham 1-0 up against Arsenal. Go on the boys. Chelsea 1-0 against Brentford. Southampton 1-0 up there. Spurs 2-0 up against Huddersfield. No other shocks by the looks of things. Liverpool being held against Gillingham. So far. Watford beating Leeds. Aki Stanley holding Sheffield United. There are some games that could really provide a banana skin there. But with 45 minutes still to play, you would imagine that the bigger teams will pull through into Neto. Curtis Jones through the gap. Barnett to Lautaro. Looking for Barnett again. Has he got the legs? He does. Oh, and he's beaten the defender with a drop of the shoulder and crashes it off the bar. Tell you what, Barnett's been particularly unlucky in this game so far, hasn't he? I did ask him to shoot there and he did nothing. Wallace is onside. Alright, he does have his goal, Rob Wallace. Well done, mate. 3-0, game over. Not exactly how I envisaged it happening because I wanted to whip that with with Charlie Barnett on the edge of the box. Just here. And he's like, no. Okay. Good movement, though, from Rob Wallace, though. To be fair to him, showed the attacking intelligence to burst into the space because the defenders on the other side of the box had dropped deeper. And a tidy first-time finish. Might not be very good with his head, but his left foot's pretty decent. Wallace out wide to Neto. Barnett getting away. So fast, Charlie Barnett now. Bink. Not very much. It's a little bit simple against Portsmouth. They just aren't quite good enough. And we have binked ourselves 4-0 in front. They're really, really not coping well now. Jones, short to Wallace, quickly around the corner. And Barnett just let fly early. Comfortable enough for the keeper. Relatively straightforward save, just as it's been a relatively straightforward fixture for ourselves. I do think the next round will be drawn on that spare Saturday, 3/4 the way through the month. I shouldn't have passed that there, but luckily I got away with it on this occasion. We could actually send Curtis Jones in behind. We haven't. So I'm expecting there to be an extra game drawn in the month, and there's going to be an extra goal here as well, because there's no way Lautaro is missing that. It's 5 against Portsmouth, but they can... I was going to say they can kind of be proud or take solace in the fact that they haven't been our biggest win that we've had in this save. Like, we've scored 6 against Doncaster. We've certainly scored 5 against Premier League sides before in this save. But still, I guess losing 5-0 is never enjoyable for anyone, and there's not really too much to be taken from it from Portsmouth's side. But we have beaten sides by more in this save, so it's not by any means a record win for us, although they didn't have a single shot. So, yeah, maybe they shouldn't take anything from that. And the 5-0 is pretty straightforward. Everton sneak it against Barrow. I'm not sure. Do we have a look? Let's have a look through and see, actually, if there were any other banana skins that went through there. Semi-finals of the Carabao Cup forthcoming. FA Cup. Who made it through in the 3rd round? West Ham drew with Stoke. That's gone to a replay. Is there replays in FA Cups? I mean, there probably will be in FIFA, won't there? In real life, I think it goes to penalties at the minute because of COVID. Villa beat Blackburn. Let's have a look. Man City got their win. Leicester drew with MK Dons, so held there. Man United did get the win against Bolton. Oldham beat Arsenal. There is an FA Cup banana skin. Wow. Oldham 2, Arsenal 1. How very Arsenal-esque. Anything else? Let's have a look. Spurs 3, Huddersfield 1, Southend 2. Colchester, Wimbledon's yet to be played. Watford did beat Leeds, and Gillingham did hold Liverpool to a draw. We'll have to go to Anfield for a replay, but outside of that, nothing massive. So a couple of still potential banana skins, but definitely... Oh, Charlie Barnett's 90 rated now. Actually, was he already ready? No, I think he might already have been 90 rated. An offer of... Whoa! £86.7 million for Tavares. I wasn't sure I was going to sell anyone, but if I could get a mass... I haven't been overly impressed with Tavares. He's probably, and I think I said this a few episodes ago, he'd probably be the only player I'd consider letting go. If I can get upwards of £110 million for him, we could sign a new right back and maybe improve on Galacci. 107. Jeez Louise! I mean, I can't turn it down, really, can I? I can't. I should probably ask for 110. I can't turn it down. 110 mil for a right back. Right then. Suggestions in the comment section, please, for a new right back. And I will also add Galacci to the transfer list, as he is aging now and dropping in rating, and we will potentially look for a new goalkeeper too. Not what I expected I'd do in this window, but certainly something we kind of have to take advantage of now that that bid has come to fruition. There is nobody else in my 11 or even in my squad that I'd be willing to sell, but Tavares is someone that I have previously said and still stand by. I would be happy to let go and replace. We've got to respect Chelsea. They are top of the Premier League and obviously have gotten themselves into the position that they're in at the minute in the Carabao Cup. So have we, in a semi-final stage. And the first leg is upcoming. Martinez a little bit tired, but we should be strong enough. Right, Chelsea then in the Carabao Cup. Let's get it done. Magnon in goal for Chelsea. It's certainly not a strong side from them. You can see Davies, Dembele, Werner on the bench. Hernandez, Sarr, Militao, Sterling, Kaminsky, Havertz, Rafa, Chalobah, Enrique Francisco and Zabate Moreno. I think they might well be regens up top and in midfield with names like that. There are a number of like quadruple-barreled names in some of the regen pools, aren't there? Estevao, Daniel, Enrique Francisco proving my point. And Miguel Angel Zabate Moreno confirming my point for a second time. We are at full strength. So a solid first leg win would allow us the opportunity to sim the home leg and make the rest of the month slightly easier. Let's see what we can do. Chalobah into Rafa. Around the corner to Hernandez. And, Elder, calm as you like. Followed by a ridiculously poor pass. It certainly wasn't meant to go where it did. It was meant to go to the man that was completely open and unopposed in the middle. That's a nice ball over the top, but brought down well again by Elder. Can he do better with the pass this time? Yes, he can. Lewis Potter. There's Charlie Barnett. Elder's getting on his bike again. Whipped a lovely ball for Charlie Barnett at Old Trafford yesterday, and that's a brilliant run by James Maddison, and the keeper has stayed on his line, and that is a mistake. We'll turn and actually celebrate with the Hull fans that have travelled down. No, we won't. We'll go for the ball, apparently. It just didn't track the run, and James Maddison doesn't do much for me bursting through midfield. He's probably someone else that I'd certainly consider selling, but he's probably not as valuable as he's getting on towards 30 now. But if we get a bid for him, I will consider it. But for now, it's Hull 1, Chelsea 0, and only Tavares might well be leaving. Nice tackle by Sangare high up the field against Militao, and, well, he's kind of stuck between rock and a hard place there, Sarr. He either closes the ball down and that happens, or he tries to marshal the space between the two players and I just simply run through and have a free shot at goal. He can't allow me to have a free shot at goal. He has to force the pass and force the scenario that could lead to a mistake with a mishit pass. Unfortunately for them, I haven't mishit it. We have buried it in the back of the net as well, and we're 2-0 up in the 22nd minute, and things are going very well for us in this first leg. Chalobah. I'll have that, thank you. Trevor Chalobah getting caught in possession, and now James Maddison is in behind. I could try a similar move to Sarr that worked before. Oh, Chelsea are falling by the wayside. This time we will get to celebrate in front of the Hull fans. Hull 3, Chelsea 0, inside half an hour. Boos ring out around Stamford Bridge, and we are in the attacking goal-scoring form of our lives right now. Brilliant finish from Charlie Barnett, and I think Chelsea might be regretting fielding a weakened side here. Chalobah to Havertz. A rare foray forward for Chelsea. Initially put to an end by Garcia Villa, but still they come forward here. It's Kaminsky. Sangare intercepts. It's the midfield where Chelsea are just lacking. Chalobah and the regen just aren't a good pairing, and it's so easy for me to just bypass their midfield entirely and put their defence under immense pressure, and they've cracked multiple times. Kai Havertz working the ball out wide there to Luca Hernandez, and they could really do with those wise old heads and experienced higher quality players to kind of grab the game by the scruff of the neck and try and turn this around for Chelsea, or at least stop them from going yet further behind. Rafa could deliver a cross here, does so, and the keeper should deal with that, and does so as well. And we're 3-0 up at half-time and cruising. It's Kaminsky into Havertz. He's got Timo Werner on up top to aim for now. Francisco finds him here. Guiri probably gone. It says transfer confirmed there to Bournemouth. Luca Hernandez into the middle. Timo Werner, who's off the bench for them, as we mentioned, getting their header in, but that was tame and easy for Galacci to deal with. I don't know as Chelsea are going to stand a chance in this tie. They have brought Timo on, but if that's the quality of chance they're only going to be able to create. And again, defensive positioning is the worst. Manuel makes a good save, but I really should have buried that. I rushed the shot. And they make another change. Zinchenko coming on for them, but is Zinchenko for Dujon Sterling? Oh, the change they need? Evidently not, because Lautaro has powered in a fourth with a great header from the corner, and we lead by a big margin now. Probably an un-turnaroundable margin. That's even a phrase. Chelsea 0, Hull City 4. Game over. Tie over. Francisco looking for the big switch. Finding Ousmane Dembele. Drills it into the middle. Oh, it's going to fall beautifully. What a gift for Chelsea to bring them one back. No clean sheet for Tavares in what could be his last game for the club. But they were very fortuitous in getting it. Driven into the middle, and Steyu's touch. It's just not good enough. But it could easily have fallen to a defender. It didn't. Skinny arms couldn't get there. And Kai Havertz turns it home. 4-1. Does that throw the second leg into question? I don't think so. It shouldn't do. Although, if they play a much stronger side in that second leg, then maybe it will. But, especially considering I'll probably rotate now for that second leg to give us the... oh, come on, ref. To give us a stronger chance in the other games in the remainder of the end of January. But for now, quite happy with a 5-0 and a 4-1 win to start the episode. The question is, which of the next two do we sim? It depends who's where in the league, I guess, and what's home and what's away. Away Fulham, home Burnley. Away Fulham, home Burnley. Away Fulham, home Burnley. Burnley 11th at home, away Fulham 18th. Probably makes sense to sim the one against... Oh, Tavares gone. Tavares sold. £93.5 million added to my transfer budget. I need a new right back, please, gentlemen. Please offer me some suggestions. Do I still have any right backs on my list? We'll take all these guys off because I don't need a centre back anymore. I mean, James Justin can play at right back, but he's only 80 rated. Centelles, I'd rather not have a left footer at right back, so I'll take Nuno Tavares. And are you right footed? No. Are you right footed? No. What Bogdan Ledner is? Oh, my brain read that as 87 for some reason. No, he's 82. And Lee Davis, the Jamie Vardy regen, is growing up from 70 to 72, and Bader, the Royce regen, up from 74 to 76, but none growing massively. And to be honest, James Justin's probably not good enough to get this to warrant starting every week. So I have £93.5 million, please, gentlemen. Or about 90 probably with wage budget to spend on a right back. Now we do have Galacci on the bench. It's currently valued at 10 million. That Fiorentina bid was in the summer that we turned down. If I get interest in him as well, then we will have some money to sign a goalkeeper too. But I don't know. Oh, apparently we could still continue to train Charlie Barnett. Let's get his passing up, shall we? Although 8 weeks there, he doesn't need defending training, does he? Let's get his passing up. Hello. We could grow him by even more. Just quickly sim training, and then we'll go and sim the game against Fulham as well, as we think about what could potentially happen in the remainder of the transfer window. Rob Wallace. I'll think about it, but I can't guarantee you'll get a game, my man, because you're on the bench, and we're going to sim it, and I don't think you'll be called upon. Should be a straightforward victory. It's not. It's a 0-0 draw, and they missed a penalty in the 17th minute, so Fulham will be kicking themselves there. Chelsea beat Palace by 4-2. That's annoying. We will certainly have to bounce back then against Garcia Villa bid. Sorry, he stays. Why are his arms so skinny? He never used to be like that, did he? Genuinely can't remember, but I don't think so. Surely we'd have noticed. I'd have noticed it before now. Right, Burnley. Got to beat them. I've had a bid for Galacci. It's come in from Everton. It reckons I could get up to about 11.5, which is agreeable, but I would like... I know, he's 35 though, so I really can't be too bullish, can I? You give me 12.5. Oh, Carlo doesn't want to pay any more than 11.5. Have you got any goalkeepers I could have? No is the answer. Okay, how about 12 on the nose? I'm not gonna go too much. 10.5. Final offer. Okay, fine. 10.5 will do. 10.5 will do. Galazzi on his way out. So I would need 2 suggestions then, please. A goalkeeper and a right back. A goalkeeper and a right back, please. Now I had a bid from Leon for Galacci as well, which we shall negotiate. Maybe Leon will give me a little bit more. And to be fair, of the 2, you would expect Everton to be the ones to have the free money. Who have Leon got in goal? No. Will you give me 12.5? I mean, I'm quite happy to accept 10.5 as well. And yeah. Maybe I don't go quite as high as I did before with the £12 million second bid. 11.5. No. Okay, well, I mean, 10.5 million from Everton or 10.5 million from Leon doesn't really bother me. That'll do for now then. And we will finally get to the game against Burnley. As we reach the game against Burnley, we haven't got there yet because Galazzi has gone to Everton. Garcia Villa has another bid for him from Barcelona, which we will reject. So, George Long is going to have to come in goal. But George Long is probably capable enough of doing the job for the time being. In the meantime, I have now probably about £100 million to spend on a right back and a goalkeeper, please, if you don't mind. Transfer suggestions in the comment section, please, boys. We have, in a window I started saying I've got no money and I want nobody to go and don't want to sign anyone. I now have sold 2 players and have £100 million to spend. How quickly things can change in the Premier League. Up we go then. Burnley next. Finally. Right, Burnley lineup as follows. Nico Mantle in goal. Max Aarons, who could be an option at right back. Face Araujo and Tanganga. Harry Wilson, Dahoud, Tchouameni and Horta with Luis Javier Suarez and Carlos Fernandez up top. Max Aarons could genuinely be an option at right back. I'm not sure how well he would have grown by this point. I imagine quite well, as he always tends to. But being at Burnley kind of gives you the idea that he hasn't grown enough to warrant a big club coming in for him so far. Unless he's kind of going under the radar as a higher rated player at a lower ranked team. And Burnley are kind of getting away with having a top quality player in their ranks for the time being. I will add him to my shortlist of my own volition moving towards tomorrow's episode. But I won't record tomorrow's episode until you guys have seen this and I've gotten your transfer feedback and comments to call upon. Oh, that was stupid, Ches, but thankfully I get away with it. I'm going to have to be better than that if we're not to throw away another set of points here in the Premier League. Listen, across to Sangare. Apparently it's a campaign to remember for Lautaro Martinez so far. I don't know where he is in the list of top goal scorers for the league. I don't know where any of our players actually are in the list of top goal scorers for the league. But there is still plenty of time to have a Hull City player win the Golden Boot this year in the Premier League. Malik Wilks has it 2 years running, but also shared it 2 years running with other players. The first year it was 3 people ended on the same amount of goals. The second year, just the 2. This year, I haven't even bothered to look so far to see who's top of the goal-scoring charts. No one has really been noticeably prolific. Wilks is arriving on the far side here, and he should and does volley us 1-0 in front. And everybody in the front four is continuing to contribute this season, whether it be with goals or assists. And Lautaro certainly seems to be getting quite a few assists as well. Brilliant finish. And we lead early doors at the K-Com against Burnley in East Yorkshire versus Lancashire. It's 1-0 to the boys from the East. Corner to come in for Burnley from Wilson here. It's not the best from Harry Wilson. I say that. He still won the header there, Fernandez. And if it weren't for the man on the post, they'd be back level. It was a terrible corner. How they nearly scored from a woeful set piece, I'm not sure. Oh, Burnley Football Club and set pieces. Who'd have thought it? Proper Brexit football, isn't it? Lautaro Martinez over the top on the counter-attack. Wilkes already has one. He's in the box now. But there at the back post is Keane Lewis-Potter, who's not tall enough to get there. Is it a poor pass from Wilkes? Is it just me misjudging the situation? Should I not have played the pass? I don't know, but Keane Lewis-Potter has been dry of any sort of input in the past couple of episodes, and he's been really, really poor. Unexpectedly poor. We have become very accustomed to him being a prolific goalscorer for us. Wilkes could add another here, but he didn't quite turn inside onto his left as I hoped he would. Took that on his right, and it was well blocked. I'm disappointed I haven't scored on that breakaway. I really should have. Wilkes back to Maddison. If we end up dropping points here against Burnley, it will be purely my fault. Keane Lewis-Potter again not able to beat his man. We'll look for Barnett through that gap. And Elder, Barnett, Lautaro. Bit of space. What a block by Araujo. I get a little bit lucky, but Tanganga and Mantle will get rid of it. Burnley hanging on a little bit here, but they could have been level if that header at the other end had gone in. Thank Lord for whoever it was on the post. Araujo over the top. Big ping. Wilson, oh, expert first touch. Down on the knee. Dahoud. Across there to Chouameni. Good backing up and spin. And Carlos Fernandes. Oh, it's just so difficult to play against Carlos Fernandes. I know nothing of him in real life. I don't even know if he's a real life player, Carlos Fernandes. Is he a real life player? He is, Carlos Fernandes. I don't know anything about him in real life. I'm going to have a look. Carlos Fernandes. Who do you play for? Carlos Fernandes. In real life, he plays for Real Sociedad. He's 24. I know... I didn't even know he existed. I apologise, Carlos Fernandes. He's currently at Sevilla on loan at... No, was at Sevilla, now at Real Sociedad permanently after signing on the 24th of January in real life. For €10 million. A 6.5-year contract. Wow. He's 24. He scored 10 goals on loan at Granada last season, 19 to 20, but 20 to 21, not played a single game for Real Sociedad. Did all right in La Liga though there. 10 in 34 is not bad for a 23-year-old. Well, he's certainly doing the business for Burnley in this save, isn't he? And on multiple occasions too. Big throw. Zaccagni, just come on. Ricardo Horta trying to find a winner for Burnley. That's not a foul, ref, is it? No, good. We use Maddison first. Then go to Wilkes as Tanganga's out of position. And I hope that Chouameni can't deal with the pace, but he's kept with me really well. I've got James Maddison as the option inside. That's who that ball was meant for. Yikes. Oh, have we done this the wrong way round? We have. We're not going to be able to get... Oh, great challenge. Needed to be made. That could be... potentially game-winning challenge for us if I can find the right pass at the right time. Which that ball to Maddison may well be, and it is! Scenes of the cake on, we're going to win. James Maddison from deep again. He hasn't had the best of seasons, the most impressive of seasons, but he's come up good here. Come up very good indeed. We needed a goal, and that big tackle by Garcia Villa. I don't normally lunge in with an X tackle, with a square tackle in the midfield like that, but needs must. And needs must provided. Big lunge, won the ball back, and we've been able to find a goal that will hopefully see us close the gap towards the top of the table. If only Leeds could have scored the penalty that they missed during the course of this second half. I don't know if that highlight will make it in the edit, but Leeds had a penalty when it was 3-2 Chelsea, and they missed it. Oh, and they lost 4-3 in the end. So he did score a third, but conceded a fourth. Leeds! Help me out. We are third. Man United really fallen away now, down to 5th. We are 8 points behind Manchester City and still 11 behind Chelsea, who continue to look like favourites. We've Sunderland in the cup. Newcastle will probably be the one that we sim on transfer deadline days. We look to get some business done, and then you would imagine February, provided we can beat Sunderland, which we should do. February we'll have an FA Cup game in there too. Everton, Palace at home, and Atletico Madrid to come. But I need your suggestions for right back, and I need your suggestions for goalkeeper, please, guys. Do let... Actually, before I double save it, Let me go and add Max Aarons, as I said I would, to my shortlist. Let's have a quick search. I wonder what he's rated at. He might have gone under the radar. He might not have grown. Max Aarons, 26. Yeah, he's only 83. Not that expensive, though, but I don't know if we're going to need to spend a massive amount on goalkeeper. And he's got 85 stand tackle, 85 short passing. Max Aarons could be a good, cheaper option. Oh, he's only just moved. He's only just moved. But it says I could get him. It says we might be able to sign him. So he might have moved in the summer. Must have moved in the summer. But we should be able to go in and buy him then, if we need to. But you guys might have other ideas. Do let me know in the comment section down below. Who do I sign at right back? Who do I go for in goal? How do we strengthen this squad to try and close that gap on Chelsea, retain our Premier League title, win the Carabao Cup, win the FA Cup, win the Champions League? It's going to be a tough round of 16 against Atletico Madrid, and I'm going to need those reinforcements. Let me know. Thank you very much for watching, though, guys. Really appreciate the support as ever today. Thank you very much indeed. Drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss any future videos or posts about when I go live on streaming or if there's a gap in video uploads, etc. like there was over the weekend. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.